Welcome back to the Ghost Tone. Sorry if I sound a little off. I just got over a fever and a flu, so I'm still a little under the weather right now, but I'm just trying to get over that and just trying to move on with my day. Um, anyways, I had the really fun idea that I had a friend put together for me. Today, I'm gonna be trying to guessing. I'm gonna try to be guessing the name of a bunch of phobias. Not the names of phobias, but the the phobia that's associated with the names that were given to me. He gave me a few names here, and I'm just gonna try to guess them in real time with you guys, and it's gonna take me a second probably because I can't even say half of these words that he gave me. I just opened this fridge and it smells like fucking hot dog. Oh, I had left a hot dog in here. I forgot. That's a whole other story. Have you guys ever tried Costco hot dogs? They're so fucking good. Oh my god. My buddy, he brought us over hot dogs. He brought like fucking four of them. Like the foot long hot dogs that they sell at freaking Costco. They're so amazing. And these motherfuckers know. They know I love the Costco hot dogs. I'm not trying to talk them up or anything. Um, and then we're going through the fridge because like we gotta clean it out and stuff. And then we were like, how long has that Subway bag been in here? And we noticed that there's no smell, right? So we're like, we're throwing this shit away because it's a guy that we don't like. So we're like, we're gonna throw this away. 'Cause someone, the Subway bag's been in the fridge for a week. That's like a recipe for disaster, right? And I go to throw it away, and then I fucking pull it out. It's a bag of fucking peanuts. They're not even open. This motherfucker, this fucking squirrel, has a bag of peanuts and a bag of Subway. Do they even sell bags of peanuts at Subway? It's like a whole bag. A fat ass bag of peanuts. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try to guess some of these names. Like, let's get started. Like the first one, it's like ephibophobia, Ephe, ph, epheb, well, ephebi phobia, epi, epibophobia, pheb phobia. If I had to guess what that one meant, epi, epi. All right, I got it. It's a fear of needles or things like an EpiPen. That's how you say it, right? EpiPen, EpiPen. I think. I don't know. I just woke up like 30 minutes ago and just got to where I need to be. Um, e- maybe like a fear of needles. Maybe a fear of epi f f. I don't know. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's the fear of the youth. Fear or loathing of teenagers. How? It doesn't even sound like because I would assume like the word that it's that's associated with the phobia, it's got to like somehow relate to the word itself. No, that's what I thought. Well, shit, the rest of these might be hard then because I don't really understand it then. Roughly 9% of the people in the U.S. have a specific phobia. No, but how rare is this one? I want to know how rare this one is. Well, I guess this counts as a specific phobia, so I guess 9%. The list just came up of the fear of the rarest phobias. Fear of walking. What do you do in that scenario? Does someone just carry you on their back like for the rest of your life, or like? I mean, I guess you could like, someone could. No, I mean, someone could wheel you around, but like, are you gonna be afraid because your feet are like hovering over the ground? Would that be considered a new fear then? Like your feet hovering over the ground, or would that kind of go hand in hand with the other one? Whatever the case. Uh, Fear of mirrors. That was kind of understandable, I guess, as a sense of like, have you guys ever seen like the scary movie Mirrors? Like where like your reflection would be doing something else while you're looking at it, and then like if the people are like, you know, doing bad things to themselves in the mirror, and then they end up dying and stuff like that. It's a trippy movie with what's his face? I don't remember his name. The bald guy. But that is a trippy movie, so I kind of get that one. After I watched the movie, I was like, I'm not gonna look at the mirror for like an hour. Fear of making decisions. That's fucking crazy too, because like deciding to wake up in the morning, like does that make you just automatically fearful from the get go, or is that just something you kind of do? That's probably just something you kind of do. Is it like specific decisions, or is it every decision, or is it those things that are constituted as just things that you would naturally do without even questioning it? Like, what's the extent of some of these? Does it depend on the person? It probably depends on the person. That makes sense because like every person differs in their own way, obviously. Or fear of chewing gum. Uh, I mean, maybe they're like afraid of choking on it or something, or maybe like chewing it and then it being stuck in their stomach forever and they think that they're gonna die or something. I've heard of people being afraid of that before, or a person being afraid of that before, and I guess that one's not too crazy. Um, but then again, some people do just have some irrational fears. Not saying that some fears are irrational or anything like that. I'm just saying like, not saying this one is. I'm just saying some are. There are some out there that are a little irrational, and then there are some that our bodies just can't help but be afraid of. Like, there's some things that you can't help being afraid of. Because I know when I was little, freaking, I had like this huge fear of dogs. And like, even like little puppies that fit in the palm of your hands that can't do anything to you, terrified. And this is when I was probably like 5, 6, like really young. Afraid, deathly afraid. And I think it's because when I was little, I was like chased by a pug. And pugs aren't even scary in themselves, but like as a little guy, you probably think it's like the size of a goddamn horse, and you're gonna talk it up. So that's probably why. But as I grew older, I kind of grew out of that one. Well, kind of, because like if I were walking alone and then there's like a big ass dog and it approaches me, I'm gonna be fucking terrified. But I feel like the majority of people, except like dog lovers, the psychos that will like roll on the ground with a fucking cane corso, you know what I mean? I think a majority of people would be freaked out if like a big ass dog were to start like approaching them. But that's my understanding, anyways. Anyways, back to it. Let's get back to it. I got distracted. That's my bad. But next one is aerophobia. Aerophobia. So aero, I think that has to do with like air or the sky or something like that. Or it's like AERO, aerophobia. So I'm gonna guess maybe not fear of heights. That one seems like a little too um, straightforward. I'm gonna say it's something more specific. So I'm gonna say it's like, oh, like standing over a cliff, or being in a fucking plane, or like being in a flying operating plane, or like fear of roller coasters, maybe. No, roller coasters, it wouldn't have air in it. It would have probably something else. So probably not the roller coaster one. I'm gonna say like being maybe like yeah, being like in a moving vehicle like a plane or something like that. Something that's moving in the sky. Let's see. Let me check. I'm gonna give you guys a second to check too if you wanted to. That's that way I'm not the only one guessing. This water I pulled out of the fridge tastes like fucking hot dog. That's nice. Okay. Hey, I was right. It's the fear of flying. Is the fear of being on an airplane or other flying vehicle such as a helicopter. It is referred to as flying anxiety. Fuck yeah, I'm good at this. Cool. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Vestophobia. I'm gonna guess it's like maybe a fear of like a vest of some kind, maybe because they feel like they're kind of closed in and it's air quotes consuming them, or like they're feeling constricted, I should say, not consumed, constricted by the vest itself. Maybe a fear of like what are those jackets called that they put on people? and it's to restrict themselves from like moving at all, and they have their arms wrapped around themselves. It's probably a fear of those. Isn't that called a vest of some kind? I want to say it is, but vestophobia. If I had to guess, it would probably be that because they feel maybe constricted and a little bit of claustro, claustro, claustrophobic. I think I said that right. Probably didn't, but it's all right. They probably feel claustrophobic from it, like being wrapped around them, and they're like, I don't like how this feels. This is scary. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I would assume so. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. I'll give you guys a second so you can check it out, and then we'll see what it is. But that's my guess. Maybe a vest of some kind, or something along those lines. All right, I'm gonna check it out. So vestophobia is the fear. It's Latin for vestis. I didn't need that. Meaning clothing. An overwhelming irrational fear of clothing. Okay, so it's kind of close, but why? Can experience anxiety and emotional turmoil that is completely compromising to their ability to function. No kidding, you can't even wear clothes, dog. Like, how would that work? See, this is like one of those fears I was talking about earlier. Like, how do you even function? Like, would you wear something else? Can you wear anything else, or is it just clothing that you can't wear? Or, like, I was gonna say, like, what about other things? Like, I mean, if you can't wear clothing, that really limits to what you can wear. Look around, like, can you wear cardboard? Like, would that count, or is it because of like the clothing itself? Okay, see, right below that, this is what popped up: maranthophobia, and this is what I was talking about: the fear of being restrained, bound, or tied up. See, I thought it was gonna be something like this, because it's kind of like restraining. It's on you. It could refrain you from doing things, I suppose. So that's what I thought it was gonna be, but I guess not. Excuse me. So how would this work? Like, what would you wear? Or do you have to stay in your house at all times? Or is it something that you gotta? Well, obviously, it's probably something you should try to get over. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's probably something that you would have to try to get over because you gotta wear clothes to function in this society. You can't just be walking around butt ass naked. Um, so I wonder how they go about that. Like, are some people born with it, or some people do they grow this phobia? I wonder. I wonder how this comes to be. That's really interesting though. All right, let's go for the next one. Che chai tophobia? Chai tophobia? So chai. The only definition I know for chai is gonna be for like tea, chai tea, right? But it's not spelled like chai. It's spelled CHAE. Oh, and then there's the TO. So che, maybe it's chatophobia. It's the fear of chafing. That's my guess. Maybe not. Chitophobia? Chitophobia. Chatophobia? This one's a little iffy for me. I can't relate it to anything. I can't really. Chatophobia? Maybe it's like the fear of small talk? Excuse me. Because it kind of looks like chat. Chat as in chatting with others. So maybe it's like the fear of having a conversation with a person. That. Mm, Chatophobia? I'm trying to relate it to anything. Ch- Cheeto. Cheeto? Cheetos. It's the irrational fear of Cheetos. Like I said, it's got to be something specific, something crazy, something that, something like that, right? Chatophobia. Okay, I'm gonna go with small talk, just cause it kind of looks like chat, so I'm gonna have to assume. And when people say chat, they're talking about small talk. Don't look that up, cause that's not true. But that's what I'm going with. So let's see. I'll give you guys a second to check that out, or not check it out, but try to guess too. Just cause chatophobia, chatophobia, CHATO phobia, CHAETO phobia. Yeah. Um, all right, I'm gonna check now. I'm gonna check. Chaetophobia is an irrational fear of hair that can be triggered by a negative experience with a hair or hairy person. Oh, oh, I see. Well, that really sucks. Like, damn, like, would people like that, would they shave off all their hair, or what would they do in that scenario? Or are they just, like, afraid of other people with hair? You know what I mean? People with chaetophobia may experience anxiety when they're around people or animals. I didn't even think about animals, holy shit, with a lot of hair, or when they see hair on their own body. Oh, on their own body, wow. Some people with chaetophobia may only be afraid of loose or detached hair. Oh, I get it. So they cannot be anywhere near a barber. Some common symptoms of chaetophobia include fear of hairballs on the ground, fear of combing hair, difficulty getting haircuts, and avoiding situations where others touch their hair. That really sucks, dude. Because like, what would you do? Like, what would you do if you had a cat and then you picked up the phobia? That would be unfortunate. Because some cats spit out hairballs and they shed a lot. Would you get like? What would your love for your animal overcome that fear, or would it like? Would your fear overcome that love for your animal? You know, that's kind of sad to think about. It sucks. It really sucks. I feel bad for these people. I feel bad for all of them. This really sucks. I wonder how they would even. It may be a combination of other fears, such as social anxiety, public speaking, and failing at tasks. Oh, that's that's crazy. Not crazy, but it's like crazy sad. Man, there's like so many fears out there. It's like it feels like I don't know. I wonder. I'm surprised more people don't have a lot of these, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, okay, okay. So, next one. Ergophobia? Ergophobia? E-R-G-O phobia? Uh, ego. Ego? Maybe it's being afraid of your own ego. Or maybe it's being afraid of other people's ego? Ergo. Or ergonomics? What does that mean? I know that's a word. That has to do with like buildings or something, right? Ergophobia? I'm no. Is it construction? It's not construction. Ergophobia. I'm trying to think what the damn word means. Ergophobia. I'm gonna guess it's like the fear of buildings then, cause or construct buildings or construction, one of those two. Cause I can't really put a finger on what it might be on, or what it might be. And I want to say ergonomics means like buildings or construction or something along those lines. So I'm gonna guess it's something like that. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go with, and then I'll give you guys a second to think that over, just so you guys have a chance to think about it. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna go and look that. I'm gonna go and look this up, you guys. Okay, and okay, I think we're good now. Ergophobia is described as an extreme and debilitating fear of associated with work, a fear of finding or losing employment, or fear of specific tasks in the workplace. You know what? This one's kind of reasonable because I feel well. When do you consider it a fear to like losing your job? You know, because I feel like to some extent everyone is afraid to lose their job. Everyone is afraid of doing a certain task when maybe like they're first doing it for the first time. You know, or maybe they just had a bad experience with the first time or with a different time, and or like an embarrassing and like they like got laughed at or something. So I feel like this one's like probably the most reasonable one so far, just because well I'm not sure of like the fear of the work itself, um, but as opposed to like losing your job and specific tasks for certain reasons, that one I could definitely see this one being like a common one or in anywhere to be honest. Uh, but yeah, I could definitely see this one working out. Let's see. Frequent job change pauses between jobs missing work, and irrational concerns about evaluation and interactions with coworkers or bosses, um, where this fear might manifest. There's a lot of symptoms for it too: increased heart rate, uncontrollable sweating, difficulty breathing, panic attacks. So it sounds mostly like anxiety, inability to meet work requirements like deadlines. That one especially. When I first started my job, we have to like meet numbers and metrics and get all these warranties and stuff like that. And it's hard. It's pretty hard. And then when you got the company like, hey, you guys need to improve, do better. Especially when we're doing the best we can right now. It's like, fuck, like, what are we supposed to do after that? So I kind of see that from that perspective, especially when I started the job. Woo! That was in high, it was in high mode for me. You have no freaking idea. It was insanity. And it took me a while to be like, okay, I just need to be more casual about it. And then I could start meeting my metrics. And then before I knew it, I was already meeting my metrics and exceeding them. Um, so I feel like it's just your mindset. It's probably just your own mindset. And then once you get over that obstacle, which I'm not saying it's easy because it's definitely hard. But once you do get over that obstacle, it's freaking worth it in the end. 1,000% worth it in the end. You know? Okay, but let's move on to the next one, you guys. Next one is deepnophobia. Deip, deepnophobia. Deipno phobia. Deepnophobia. Hmm. Deepnophobia. Deepno. Deepno. So the only thing I'm getting from this is deep. So I'm gonna assume it has to do with like a hole or like a deep trench or something or maybe something cavernous like a cave. Maybe maybe something like the fear of the unknown. Because like when something's deep and you can't see the bottom of it, you don't know what's down there. So maybe it's like the fear of the unknown. I'm just spitballing here. Deepnophobia. That's what I'm gonna go with. Like the fear of the unknown, or like the fear of a deep, cavernous cave or hole. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'll give you guys a second to think about that too, because your guess is as good as mine, man. All right, let's get this show on the road. This is the longest one I've had so far. This is great. Okay. So deipnophobia is an intense and irrational fear of eating in public or having dinner conversations with others. I feel this one too. Because you know what? Back in high school, I couldn't eat in front of people for shit. I couldn't eat in front of people. I couldn't eat in front of the people I like, including my friends and any crushes at the time. I couldn't do that. I couldn't eat in front of nobody. I always had to be in my own corner, doing my own thing, eating by myself. Know why? I don't know. I feel like people were gonna judge me or something. Keep in mind, I was some little emo kid back in the day, so that's still am, air quotes, I think. But back then it was way worse, and I feel this one. This one is, yeah, it's a social anxiety disorder that can cause people to experience a range of physical and psychological symptoms when faced with social dining. And I remember in those moments, like if I were eating around like a group of people, it would get really bad. Like I would start sweating. I would feel nervous. I couldn't think straight. I was focusing more on what are they thinking of me, as opposed to I need to eat this food in front of me. And it was really bad for a long time until I don't know. I just met more people that I felt comfortable with, and eventually I just started casually eating in front of them, um, like anyone else should, and then I just got over that fear. But I resonate with this one. This one, I get this one. I get this one a lot. Yeah, dizziness, dry mouth, feeling trapped, chest pain, sweating, nausea, racing heart, embarrassment. Yep, fear of being criticized. Yeah, this one resonates with me a lot. Holy crap, that's actually funny. It's not funny, but it's actually crazy how like you resonate with some of these things. Deepnophobia. See, I didn't even know it was an actual phobia because like I know some things are phobias and there's some things that just scare you. The more you know, the more you find out about yourself. Do you guys have any weird phobias? Just look into it. It's really cool. Like just look up like irrational phobias you may have or something like that. I don't know. And you could find out a lot about yourself. It's really cool. But I think that'll be it for today, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. YouTube and Instagram handles are going to be the Ghost Tone with the O as a zero. And I just got Spotify up and running, so I'm really hoping that one is working out fine. I'm going to check it out in a little bit because I just posted last night one of the older episodes, so I'm going to try to see with this episode. I'm going to try to post it right now and see if everything's looking lickety split. Ignore that I just said lickety split. I'm not fucking 50, I promise. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good day, alright? Stay cool.